You're not even
Oh my.
Trick.
Okay.
And we are back.
Hey.
RadioOnFire Sports.
Let's go.
Dean.
Raven Nation.
Diamond K. Dev, his mic is on mute.
Oh. Raven Nation, Dev.
Don't turn up Dev's mic.
Raven Nation, Dev. There you go. Purple and black.
Because, he's upset. He's upset about Drake having 9 number 1 albums.
Come on.
He's upset that it's a hot girl summer.
Oh, come on.
That's why he's upset.
Come on.
That's why he's upset.
It's too much. It's too much. Too soon.
You are too soon.
Yeah, too soon.
You are decked out in Ravens gear, and I think that is a wonderful place to start.
Excellent.
Preseason officially kicked off.
Woo!
Now, some people don't know what preseason is. You know what I mean? Because
what is preseason?
they don't understand what preseason is, because people I heard some people that are not football fans say that, football not really pumped like it was, like it used to be. Like the season hasn't started yet.
Yeah, this is just preseason.
It's called preseason.
This is like the prequel.
Yes. It doesn't really count. It's not like the myth. There's a myth out there. I'm going to take the show left for a second.
Oh, okay.
Myth. There's a myth out there called pre-cum. Okay?
Oh, we
I call it a myth. Here's why I call it a myth.
Okay. Give me the myth. This is good. This is good right here.
All right. A lot of people don't know this. Okay. There's no such thing as pre-cum.
No such thing.
No.
It's a myth.
It's a myth.
Like,
you know how people say, I ain't even cum her. She's like, you can get pregnant off pre-cum. You know, they say that.
Yeah.
Right. No.
It didn't really happen.
It did not really happen, because pre-cum is not a real thing. Okay?
What is it then if it's not real?
Preseason, just like preseason doesn't count in your records, pre-cum's not a real thing. What pre-cum is a little bit of cum.
It's just a
little bit.
It's like
now,
you spilled a little bit of
water. I spilled some of this water, but I didn't spill all the water. Some water spilled out.
It's a drop,
but it's not just a drop. Right?
It wasn't.
I didn't give you water.
By sheer definition, I'm gonna put my lawyer hat on for a minute.
Okay.
By sheer definition, pre means it didn't happen yet. It means you're preparation. Okay? There's no such thing as preparation cum. Okay?
Right.
So preparing to cum is the actual act of fucking or jerking or whatever you're doing to get to the cum part.
Yes, we are here.
You can come a little bit. And then you can slow down the stroke and say, whoa, let me stop the stroke a little bit.
Right.
I almost came. You came a little bit.
No, you don't say that.
Right.
But
he will say, whoa, man, slow down. Some pre-cum.
No, you don't say that. You don't say that. We are out here, y'all.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now that is what I'm trying to make people understand about preseason football.
Well, this is one way to talk about sports.
Okay.
Yes.
It does not count. Okay. It doesn't count. We're not trying 100%. The sun is still up a lot more than it's going to be when regular season starts. It is.
All right.
It's still hot.
Right.
It's still summertime.
Right.
And the Ravens look good.
Yes. Now, I don't know exactly where to go in, but I'm going to talk, about preseason. About preseason.
Okay.
It's good to see where we were at. And I'm sure a lot of fans for different teams were glad to see their teams out there. Yeah. But it's like you said, it's real and it's not real. First of all, players, you are out there on the field. Some of you all are still vying for positions to actually be on that 52-man roster. And yes, we know you are on your grind, hopefully, and hustling to make those teams or maybe get seen by another team. Just like we had a player that got picked up or traded to the Vikings just off of pretty much one game. I mean, but he nailed the kicker. He nailed those kicks, even 250-plus yards kicks, I believe, and a 55-yard kick. Mm-hmm. He killed it, and next thing you know, within days, he was now he's a Minnesota Viking. And in fact, I believe they cut their punter, so because he can do both things. Verdict, a Norwegian, I just want to put that out there. But it's to see where your team is. So your team could lose all 4 games and be in the playoffs at the end of the year, or your team could blow out everybody all 4 games and not make it to the playoffs. So like you said, it's real and it's not real. It can be deceiving, but it's just good to see the guys out there. You might see somebody go, well, dang, this guy's really catching on. I like to see what they're going to do. And the next thing you know, they come in and really add a lot to the team. Like, I didn't know Victor Cruz before preseason the year he was going into the Giants organization, and he looked really great during preseason. And he came in and did big things for the Giants, although he battled injury as time went on.
But it can also work the other way.
It could work.
You've seen people look good in preseason,
and then they're done.
And then during the regular season, they look like crap.
It is. So it's
preseason to me is practice with the cameras on.
You're right.
Practice with the cameras on.
We're still tuning it.
And we're still deciding whether people are going to stay or go.
Right, or if this is the game plans we're going to execute.
Yep.
So we didn't really see what we might see. I mean, all of what we're going to hopefully see from the Ravens, or even other teams that have been playing in the last week and a half to 2 weeks.
Saw some potential.
Yeah, we saw a lot of potential, but they did, like you said, they looked great. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of passion on the field. Let's give it up for Lamar Jackson. He looked excellent. We didn't get to see Hollywood. We didn't get to see our first round pick. I think he's still coming off of the injury, even though he's been approved or whatever to play.
Is this town ready for a hood black quarterback?
This is Baltimore. I don't know how we're not ready for any of that. I feel like we were ready. We are the city that could hold that down. I just feel like we are Baltimore.
Yes.
We are a city that could definitely hold that down. I think this is one of the right places for him if he has the right, people around him and they have the right game plan. But him and the other receiver that we picked up looked really nice. Boykin. Yeah. That guy has outside of, I know everybody wants to see Hollywood. Boykin has a lot of potential. He's big body. He's a tall player, and he's got speed and he's got good hands. So he has a lot of potential. Like you said, this is all potential to be a very good key in the Ravens offense. But boy, that Ravens defense, even though I know they said we lost some players, they still put the hit on you. They still did it in the first game of preseason. They definitely, I mean, did you see, Young? He laid that quarterback out right there. I mean, man, and that's why I think it was maybe a little easier to move on from some other players, because we have people that are ready to step up. It might be a combo type of thing. We might not see like that one player doing it all, but together as a team as a whole, I feel like our secondary is looking excellent. Our linebackers are looking great, and we're working through our defensive line, but they are definitely showing a lot of potential. That's just my opinion from the one game.
Absolutely. So I'm excited. I think that we have a good season ahead of us.
Yes.
Barring any injuries.
Yes.
And all of that. Some players still holding out.
For some other teams.
Yeah.
That's not the situation for the Ravens organization.
No.
We get that stuff done, or we just move on. But
Right.
Yeah, there are some players, some running backs out there. You got actually, you're not even just running backs. You got 2 players apparently from the Cowboys that are holding out. Prescott decided that $30 million wasn't what he deserved. Not saying he shouldn't get more, seeing as though someone else in his division that never even got personally to the playoffs, even though the team did. Carson Wentz got 32, and I think he has durability issues, but that's just me. They might wind up having another, what was that guy that used to play for the Rams when they were in St. Louis? Was it Bradford? He always kept getting injured all the time. So I hope Philly's okay with what's going on. And then you have you got a running back out there. You got Zeke that probably does deserve what he's asking for. And then you have Melvin Gordon out there. Like you said, there are some players out there that are holding out. trying to get their secure the bag, because it still is a business. As much as I love the sport, watching my team out there is a business, and you can be expendable at really quick.
Absolutely.
Really quick. I mean, even though we got something, the organization got something for the kicker that we just traded away, it was a business decision.
Yes, and
we knew we couldn't.
And that's what it
keep
is.
him
That's what it is.
because we had a punter and a kicker already, and most teams don't keep a backup, and they just go get somebody if something bad happens. But yeah, it was a bit. I mean, the coach said, "I hope he plays well enough to get traded." That's exactly what Harbaugh said. Like, we know we're not keeping him. We just like some fair compensation for his ability, and that's seeing that he was worth having on a team.
Speaking of fair compensation, I want to shift gears for a minute.
Okay.
The NCAA.
Yes, let's get into it.
NCAA.
Yes.
As an organization, they frustrate me.
Oh.
Okay. As an organization, they frustrate me. They rob their players.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I've been wanting to discuss that.
The fact that the NCAA makes the amount of money that they make.
It's unreal. It's
crazy.
Unreal.
And they do not pay their players?
Oh, but you get an education.
Really?
You get you get to go to, or you know, if you're not on your grind as an athlete, you might not even be on a team long enough. Like, some players are just totally that sport all year long as a player, as a student athlete. And the student athlete and the NCAA both know what the purpose is for. It's for those players to get to the next level.
Right.
And for the ones that want to, use it for the scholarship that they actually have, but they actually are getting. It's interesting because you get a scholarship to attend the school, to play for the school. You're bringing that money in for the school.
Right.
Your number is getting put on jerseys. I don't know if names will get put on a jersey, but numbers.
It's a racket.
And down to the NBA, you now have to play 1 year, or unless you go overseas and come back, you have to play 1 year before you go professional in the NBA. Like, it is all a racket. It is no way around it.
It's unfair to the players.
It is very unfair
because of the amount of money that's being made. It's unfair.
You got conferences that have their own dedicated TV channel.
Yes. That's the kind of money that they're talking about. That's the advertising alone, the ticket sales.
Exactly.
But with that being said, we set the stage for the controversy that they have been dealing with, the latest one, as it relates to what is being called or has been called the Rich Paul rule.
Because that's what it was. I don't care what you tell me.
No, you're
that's
right.
what
right.
I've been. Like I said last week on my Instagram, I'm going to talk about. Yes, that's what it was, and I'm going there. NCAA is not an ally to the black athlete. I don't care what you all think. It is not an ally to the black athlete. Okay, and just that move itself demonstrates that. It was the Rich Paul rule. This guy has become like the biggest agent, making all the moves. He has too much control.
All right.
Even though the players are comfortable that he has with them.
Because he speaks the language that they speak.
There it is.
They feel comfortable with him.
But then you needed a bachelor's degree all of a sudden last week.
So I guess for us to break it down for people that don't know, he is an agent.
Right. He started off with LeBron. Right.
He has a lot of clients.
Right.
Successful clients.
Exactly.
That he helped become successful.
And I think he's pushed,
and make money.
Right.
Help
and
make money.
Brands like really successful away from just playing ball for you.
Right. Thinking outside the box.
Future up.
Right. And these are things that a lot of these traditional white agents were not doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But they were taking their cut.
Yeah, they're taking their cut. You know how you have situations where you see the guy like, what happened to his money? Where his money go?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He gave threw a whole bunch of money at him and didn't help them. Like, look, let's think about this and future and plan, and we need to invest and things like that. He was helping athletes do that.
Exactly.
And they tried to put the freeze on him in the NCAA because they're like, oh wait, he's making too many black people, athletes, have real money long term.
And he shouldn't be the biggest agent.
And he's the biggest agent.
And he shouldn't be the biggest agent.
Right, because he's not one of the good old boys.
Exactly.
So he does not have a bachelor's degree, and they tried to freeze him out, thus exposing their already shaky record with regards to athletes. And the backlash had been so much.
Yeah, I was about to go in.
The backlash had been so bad that they had to reverse this decision, and so this happened today.
Oh yeah, and they were. It's not the rich. They were actually saying it's not the rich, but now you don't have to have a bachelor's degree to be a sporting agent. It was supposedly to protect the students that they don't protect.
No,
let's clear it up, because if you get injured and you don't get to play again, there's no, health insurance taking care of you.
Correct.
3 years down the road.
Correct.
You're done. This is not even as good as you get when you're in the professional side of sports. So no, it's not about protecting the players. It was about protecting the interests, and it might have been professional sports also saying, "Hey, we need some help with this one."
Yeah, because this was looking really, really bad.
Yeah, it was.
Really, really
we need
bad.
some. Maybe you all need to help us curtail what's going on here, because another guy might come up and think he doesn't need to play the game our way to get ahead in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Rich Paul was showing that you can be successful. Nothing against going to college and getting that degree.
No, not at all.
Because there's many professions out there you have.
But it's not for everybody.
Right, but you you just can't become a doctor.
But I don't even understand why. I don't even understand. Well, my thing is this, is that if you can pass the testing and you can do all the things, then you should be able to do it.
I got it. I mean, to be a doctor, I need you to do some clinical. Like, you got to.
People pass all the doctor stuff that they wanted to pass, and people still die.
Well, I'm just saying.
So I'm saying that alone means nothing.
If I haven't seen you cut somebody open one time, I'm kind of feeling like, what. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there are exceptions to the rule, and maybe doctor might be.
Then do you want all the scientists like blowing up labs and stuff that didn't?
Well, I mean,
dropping a bunch of.
Yeah, I guess, but
you're saying it's not as necessary.
Yeah, I mean, there are exceptions. I guess there are exceptions to the rule, but nothing is 100%. You have scientists that have all the degrees in the world and still mess up. You got doctors that have all the degrees in the world and still mess up. And then and you have somebody like Rich Paul, who doesn't have any of those degrees, and he's out here making more millionaires than any of the so-called people that have the whatever,
and uplift others along the way.
Absolutely. And last thing I want to talk about is something that has had I guess they put it out there for what do you call it? Shock value, for headline grabbing, and that was Serena withdrawing from the match.
It doesn't matter what Serena does. She could wear black shoes. They're gonna black tennis on the
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. She does a magazine cover. It's Serena. She has a baby, Serena. It doesn't. She got hurt, Serena. She's the only tennis player to get have an injury and have to withdraw from a match.
Yeah, so she's having back spasms, and she withdrew from the Rogers Cup finals due to this injury. And her opponent obviously got the win. So she was trailing 3-1 in the first set. Williams called for a medical timeout. Less than a minute later, the umpire announced that she was withdrawing from the match, giving the hometown hero the win, and making her the first Canadian to win the Rogers Cup
Canadian
in 50 years.
But
my thing is this: default victory. I mean, I guess it's like a technicality, but I guess a win is a win.
The win is a win.
And she was visibly upset. Of course, 23-time Grand Slam winner,
record holder, right?
Yeah,
record holder. Okay,
official.
But she could have also been just tearful from the pain, you know.
Well, that's a good point.
You know,
that's a good point.
For her to decide, I can't even finish this. I feel like she was in severe pain.
Yeah, because she's played through injury before.
Yeah, I might have been over there just bowled up in the corner.
Back
like,
spasm?
Yeah, back
spasm.
spasm. Like,
you've had spasm in your leg before.
Well,
but a back spasm?
you just sitting there like, I'm
crazy.
Right. I can't go out there and keep swinging at that daggone ball. I got a back spasm.
And that's probably how she got the back spasm from the swinging.
Well, I'm just, well, I mean, it became pretty big news, though. Like you said.
Because they like to tear her down. And
it's funny because she helps make more money for the tennis arena, you know.
Yeah, she does.
By being a celebrity, a sports celebrity, that brings more money, more revenue.
Yeah.
You talk more about tennis.
Some of the stuff that I read people saying online, very disturbing though, about her.
What could you say negative about her?
I saw some comments today. They were saying that's what she get for eating that mayonnaise sandwich. Or you know what I mean, because she has all that cream in her coffee, that's what she get.
That's stuff like
that.
That's too much.
Stuff like that.
That's too much.
It's very disturbing.
That's too much. That's too much. I'm sorry. Like, you can't keep acting like we want to have champions and then keep tearing them down so much.
Right.
Like, come on, Serena has made her and her sister, first of all.
They're legends.
The fact they are history makers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see how many black women are like in tennis right now being successful?
Yeah.
They are literally, and those women, are saying, I looked up to, I saw a door open because of. Like, they're trailblazers.
Yeah.
Come on. And now you want to sit there and talk about their personal life? Come on, let Serena be happy.
Well said. Of course, we'll be back next week. When we come back next week, I'm hopeful that the Ravens will have another outstanding showing.
That's another Thursday game, I believe.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Two Thursday games. I mean, it is preseason. That's like we say, you won't see anything like that during the season because that's not how it goes.
Speaking of how it goes, I hope that Deb is here next week.
Yes, more football.
Drake will still have 9 number 1 albums
and a tattoo to go with it.
And tattoo. Nicki Minaj will still be
Hot Girl Summer. In
full swing.
Okay.
And Dev will be sad, but he will be here. And I'm sure that he's probably watching the Meek Mill documentary, which I heard is amazing.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I feel like you just keep throwing Dev out there.
No, I mean, because he's not here. So
I'm just saying
he's not here.
All right.
And if he was here,
you heard it was amazing.
I heard it was amazing. I need to watch it.
Okay,
you know
good.
But
let me know. Did you catch the So Def one?
I did not, but I will. I want to. Yeah, I want to.
Outside of that, like you were saying, that the football is going.
Yeah.
We'll be at the training camp tomorrow. I'm very excited about that, and then the live draft. But we still have our league that we're building this. So
absolutely.
Radio on Fire for all those other shows that are out there on Radio on Fire. Let's see what's really good.
I like that. All right, so we'll be back. Thank you, of course, for tuning in. RadioOnFire.com, and we will see you next week.
All right.